Hello, everyone. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. I have just watched Lyon nil, West Ham United. As I pull my keys out, 3. Unnatural, unnatural. West Ham masterclass. I cannot believe how well the boys have played. Do you know what I mean? Tonight, it's a quick afterthought before I get the player ratings. Get all the boys on tonight. Proud is the word I'm looking for tonight. It's just proud, mate. I feel emotionally like I could cry my eyes out. We are one more tie away from a final or a Europa League. And I just don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say. We played tonight. We rid our luck in the first 20 minutes. Fuck me. I'm so proud of this club. I really, really am. It's night and day with West Ham. Sunday was shit. Tonight was fucking heaven. Heaven. Absolute heaven. Every one of them take a bow and just give it their all. Issa Diop tonight. Right. Everyone was looking at him and thinking, but everyone looked at the team sheet and thought, oh, Issa's in. It's going to be a tough night. He was a fucking masterclass tonight, mate. Absolute master. I know he got booked, but he was absolutely first class. He won every header. He won every tackle, barring one. He looked absolutely first class tonight. And I'm just so proud of him. Do you know what I mean? Listen, if Issa leaves in the summer, which, let's be honest, we all know that we think he will do, tonight he puts in a performance for the shirt and he was absolutely fucking amazing. Another player that was absolutely amazing was Craig Dawson tonight. Craig Dawson, mate, this man pops up with goals like vital goals all the time. The geezer's absolutely fucking mint. You know what I mean? I'm going to be honest, I've criticised Dawson because I look at him and I think we deserve better than Craig Dawson. But tonight, he pops up with that goal and silenced the Lyon fan base completely. Kills that stadium stone dead. Do you know what I mean? I'm so proud of every one of them. Kafal tonight comes in, looks like he hasn't missed a game of football all season. Top draw. Ben Johnson. I was worried about Ben. Been on the left-hand side, especially after what happened at the LS. First class, yet again. Declan Rice. Declan Rice kissing the badge. Fucking beautiful. Right? This man kissing the badge, it shows you what it means. I'm just immensely proud, and I know I'm going to break into tears, yeah, but I've seen West Ham go through hell on fucking earth, mate. Do you know what I mean? With his club, and I'm seeing a team that is just fighting for the shirt. They are fighting for this. They believe now. Barcelona are gone. It's Frankfurt in the semi-final, and do you know what? I'm just so immensely proud of each and every one of them. Because each and every one of them are just like giving it their all. And listen, it ain't over. It's ain't over. We've got another game to go, and then we are in the final. And Eintracht Frankfurt have just put 3 past Barcelona tonight. So we can't take them lightly. But we are there, and we are in the mix. And I believe anything is fucking possible with this club. Can I be honest? Did I see it coming at the start? No. I'll get to Lucas in a minute. I know Lucas is in the chat. I will get to him when everyone else turns up. But I've got to be honest. I never saw this result tonight. And it was comfortable. Do you know what I mean? First 20 minutes, fair enough. We was a bit... They had attacks, but they wasn't testing Areola. They was looking threatening. But I'll tell you what. As soon as that goal goes in from Dawson, we're 1-0 up. Yeah, I was thinking, right, let's just hold it to half-time. And a lot of people around me were saying that. And then I just thought to myself, you know what? They're on the ropes, Lyon. Like, they're up against it. And then Declan Rice turns up. When the ball comes outside the 18-yard box, what man do you want to come in and fucking have a go? It's Declan Rice. Declan Rice. And he scores that goal to take us 2-0 up going into half-time. And the way he was kissing that badge, right, he knows how much it means. Right, I'm fucking so proud of that kid, mate. Trust me. And I know he's a talent, and I know it's going to be hard to keep hold of him, but he is fighting for the shirt. He loves this club. This club rebuilt him after Chelsea fucked him off and said he wasn't good enough to wear the Chelsea shirt. And I know I'm breaking into emotion, but listen, I've watched West Ham all my life. I've been through the hell with this club, and I'm starting to see heaven. I'm starting to see West Ham in their best moment, and we are one game away. It's not over, though, as I keep saying. It really isn't over, and we're going at half time 2-0. Don't worry, lads. I'll get to you shortly. Before I'm just doing this quick afterthought. And second half, we come out and JB scores. Jared Bowen. What a pass from Fornells into Bowen. And that, when he's in that position, that is Jared Bowen of Hull. As I've always said, when I used to watch Jared Bowen at Hull, because I used to have a partner who used to go to Hull. I'm sorry, but when he's in that position, the fucker don't miss. He does not miss. And he's absolutely top draw, and he puts it away for 3-0. And let's be honest, we was comfortable then. We was massively comfortable. We was in control of the game, and the game filters out into a 3-0 win. And listen, all of them deserve untold amount of respect tonight in the player ratings. Issa tonight, for me, I'll say it quite openly, is my man of the match tonight. I thought he was absolutely excellent. I thought Dawson was absolutely first class. I can give it any number of them because they've all just turned up tonight. Pablo Fornells, he was rocky in the first 25, 30 minutes. I'm not going to lie. A couple of misplaced passes, but he grew into the game. But Bowen and Antonio tonight, and I would end it on this. Mickey tonight, I've slated Mickey from time. Yeah, tonight, he put in a fucking masterclass performance tonight. There's no two ways about it. He was a masterclass. He was a bully. He was up for it. He was running. He cared. He bought fouls. He done everything that I want him to do in a centre forward. Absolutely first class. JB tonight, quiet in the first 25 minutes. I was literally in the pub and I was saying, get this man in the game, right? Because he weren't in the game at present. And then he just come into the game, mate. Do you know what I mean? I'm just so immensely proud. I'm emotional, as you can all see. I don't care. I don't care if people clip this. I don't care because as a West Ham fan, and the boys who I'm going to get on will understand this, and everyone in the chat also. When it is hard at West Ham, and when it is good, it is fucking electric. And at the present, we are on fire, and we are 2 ties away from Champions League, and this club going to the next level. And I seriously cannot fucking wait. I'm going to get the boys in, who's here, and then we're going to do the player ratings. So what we've got here, we have got him, and we've got him, and there's no Athers at the minute. Mitchell, Lucas. Mitch, I'm going to start off with you, bruv, right? Yeah. And Athers is just turned up now, right? Mitch, talk to me, brother. Fuck it, we didn't
I don't know what to say. I actually don't know what to say. I wasn't confident. I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't see it. I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't see it. After the Brentford game, I just thought I thought it was gonna take a real massive knock on our confidence. And I still thought, we'd turn up to some extent, but I just thought on their turf, I didn't think we'd be able to do it. And look, they were absolutely toothless tonight, Lyon, and we made the most of it. We set up the way they played. We countered it perfectly, and I am absolutely buzzing. I'm trying to sort tickets out now for planes away, for both next games.
Same.
Yeah. I can't believe the final plane tickets, the final ones, are £300 now.
Fuck it, I'll pay it with you, Mitch.
I don't even care if I can get into the ground. I just need to be there.
I just want to ask everyone this year, because we're going to ask everyone, then we're going to get the player ratings going. Yeah, because I'm emotional. I'm proud. It was electric in the boozer tonight. Fucking, I swear there was like about 40 people in there, and it was just all going off, literally, with like fucking drinks out the way, everything. Yeah, Lucas, I just want to get your quick thoughts, and I'll get to Athers if he's there. What you were seeing, because me and you spoke on Twitter, yeah. Fucking hell, mate! I am absolutely stunned with that performance tonight. That's the best performance of the season by a country mile, in my eyes.
For real, really emotional, just absolutely mad. It was a fucking mad match. The first 25 minutes, that was some of the most nerviest, tense football I've seen in a long time. Especially the first, bloody fucking hell, the first 3 minutes. Fornals through, and then not Dembele, but the other guy hits the post. I was just like, Jesus Lord, this is going to be a long one.
So they've just won.
And emotional is the word. And karma always fucking comes back around. Always comes back around.
Amen to that, brother. Amen to that. Athers, bruv. Me and you have gone through, like, done every channel going, mate. Yeah. Athers, be honest tonight, mate. Are you fucking as stunned as I am? Because I'm on the verge of breaking down, mate, in tears.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm not upset. Like, after Sevilla, I was. I don't know, like, in a weird way, after Sevilla, I was like, wow, this is the greatest night, like, unbelievable. Now, after that, it's not upset or tears in a good way. It's more just like, shit, we can win this thing, you know? Like, let's just,
it's on there, yeah.
100%,
let's just save them tears just for just a little bit, because there is a chance that we can win this thing. It's crazy to
you
even
sound
think.
fucking mad. That just sounds insane.
It's crazy to think that we can do it, but I mean, I know we'll get through the players and stuff afterwards, but it just from top to bottom, just absolutely just walk the park. Just, it was so easy tonight. I was shocked at how easy it was. It was just incredible.
I said this earlier. It's incredible how a match looks when you don't have a convicted criminal officiating it and they have to play against 11 men. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
I must admit, mate.
Don't get me wrong. Fair play. Their supporters, yada yada yada, but they were so shameless.
Fair play. I thought they were superb. Actually, their supporters.
They were, but like some of those shameless lot last week, acting so shameless. They are blinded by winning. They couldn't see obviously the corruption and bullshit that was going on, and then the Dembele wink, all that. It just karma is so fucking beautiful.
Had a good ref. Sorry, this week.
Do you know what? It really is. And when Dembele's there moaning and crying, I loved it. I'm going to get into the player ratings.
Oh, and Declan Rice said in the interview after the match, that's what motivated them in the Lyon admin.
Yeah.
Really?
Give the West Ham admin a pay raise for the tweet he did about 10 minutes ago. Absolutely brilliant.
100%, mate. Listen, I've got 35 people watching. Please do like the video. Please do subscribe to the channel. It goes a long way. Start off with this man in goal, Alfonso Areola. I'm going to start off with Athers and then work my way back to me. Athers, what do you think of him tonight? Athers, you're on mute, bruv. What else?
There we go. Yeah, no, made a couple of good saves. Did what he had to do. Commanded the box really well from free kicks, set pieces, everything. Thought he was superb, but wasn't really tested. Like, he didn't really have much to do, which is exactly what we want, and that's the reason why the defence, especially the two centre halves, will get such high ratings, I guess, in all of our books. But yeah, just a sturdy performance, a confident performance. Again, another reason why I think he should be our number one next year. So
100%.
I'd give him a 7, but that's not because he was bad or he just didn't have a lot to do. But what he did do, he did really well. So I thought his distribution was okay. But yeah, just made some solid saves. So actually, no, we'll bump up. We'll give him an 8. He didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah,
I think he's worth £135 a week.
100%. Lucas, give me a rating and your thoughts on Areola quickly.
I'm gonna give it. I think this is an easy one, an 8. Made a few good saves. Like Tom said, distribution wasn't really there tonight. It didn't really have to be, but he did what he had to do. He made some good saves, caught the ball well. Yeah, and the clean sheet gives him an 8.
100%, mate. 100%. I'm loving this. I really am. Mitch, talk to me, mate. Alfonso Areola. We have to sign this geezer.
We do, mate, and none of this Johnston bullshit.
100%.
For me, he starts in the league now as well. You know, keepers don't need rests. I'd start him in league and in Europa League now, because I think Fabianski's dropped off recently. Got beat at the near post to Brentford, and tonight one good save and one. I thought the first one was absolutely superb. The fingertips one. You know, it was up. What was it? 60th, 70th minute. So if that goal went in, it could have changed the momentum of the game.
Yeah.
superb save, absolutely superb. I thought his distribution was all right. It was better than Fabianski's on the weekend because Fabianski's on the weekend was shocking. Absolutely super. Yeah, very happy for him, and glad. He's proving to us all that he's the keeper that we all know he was when we signed him, and could be, and hopefully now he signs. I agree with actually what Potter said there about the things. I think he could do slightly better for free kicks and crosses, and corners and set pieces coming out from him. I do agree with that. I think he could be slightly more bold and confident for them.
Yeah.
But aside from that, very good performance tonight. 8 for me.
It's an all-round 8 on Areola for me. I thought he was excellent, really. First 20 minutes, he was a bit shaky, but then he came into his own. Didn't have a lot to do. I agree with Athers on that. But other than that, it was a great save in the second half. Top class, 8 for me. Moving on to this man, Ben Johnson, who I was worried about. Left-hand side, me and Athers spoke about it the other day. After the Brentford game, we said, right, we are worried about Ben Johnson on that side. Fuck me, did he shut me and you up, Athers? It was excellent.
There was a few of them tonight.
I know. We've got to eat humble pie, bruv. Give me a rating.
Yeah, for me, that was the side I was most worried about. And he dealt with it really well. I think there was times when they had an overlap, but they sort of looked to do that, for 90 minutes. But when he was put in the defensive positions, he was just very solid. He just made a good few key interceptions, managed to get his head on most things. I thought his passing was brilliant, actually. Tonight, he obviously the ball to Declan Rice that he delivered with his left foot. I thought he showed for it at the right times in terms of looking for sort of 1-2s, when to bomb on, making himself, like I said, available at the right times, helping us go forward. He just was every part of his game from attack to defence tonight, whereas usually we can sort of nitpick and say, okay, maybe he didn't do as well going forward. I thought tonight he offered the right amount of support. He was phenomenal. It was fantastic. And it is a conundrum, but it's also sort of having him and Soufal when they're playing well together. But it's a great thing, similar to, and I'm not comparing the two of them, but João Cancelo at City is brilliant for them because, like last night when Kyle Walker went off injured, he just slips over from left back to right back, and it's a brilliant thing to have if he can play competently in both positions like he does. And yeah, I think last week we were really worried because their main threat was that Gusto at right back, but just wasn't really a threat tonight at all. And Johnson was a large part down to White, and especially for Tete as well when he came on, just didn't do anything. Toko Kambi switched over in the first half to the right hand side, didn't do anything. Just fantastic performance from him. So I'd give him an 8 as well.
Lucas, Ben Johnson, mate.
Yeah. Again, I can't think of the first 25 minutes because virtually everyone in defense was pretty shit first 25 minutes. But, I even tweeted during the game, I need more from Ben Johnson. Even when he plays on the right, we need more. Solid defensively as ever. Reliable, I would say.
I agree.
But just going forward, to be politely, he's kind of shit. But
yeah,
he really turned it on after that 25-minute mark like the rest of them did. And
he turned me on.
Oh, we'll get to those moments later for sure. But that left-handed, Jesus. The left-footed cross he put in to, who was it to again? The first
it was into Antonio, but it came back out to Rice.
Yeah, that was like basically the sign for me. Like, all right, the trajectory went completely upward from there for me regarding him. But yeah, clean sheet gets an 8.
8 out of 10 for you. 8 out of 10 for you, mate. Mitch, listen, you're not Ben Johnson's biggest fan, brother, and I know it. But come on now,
I still think he's all right.
Yeah,
I'll say that. No, mate, I thought he done well tonight. I well. I was happy with everyone today. I think collectively it was more of a superb performance. It was just night and day really to the Brentford performance. I think everyone just stored their energy. And
I
somehow
don't
energy.
like that, though. I did say that the other day. I don't like that. I don't. If we were in a position where our squad was a little bit bigger, fair enough. But I don't. I know Coley was speaking about afterwards as well and saying they stored their energy as well, and fair play to them. I don't like that you did that because it's not a cert that you're going to get to the final and win Europe. Yes, we've got far tonight, but I didn't like that performance at Brentford. I don't want that to be an excuse like we saved our energy for this game. Yeah.
I agree completely with you there, mate. It's a very good point. And people will, I think, obviously disagree with you, and I would disagree with them. But I still think, there's no excuse for saving performances for other big games because every game is big. Premier League or Europa League is massive. Obviously, Europa League at the moment is slightly bigger, but
I was just saying that about 10 minutes ago that I was only upset on Sunday because of everything that happened around us, and we didn't take our chance. But now I really think we can now shift our full focus to.
We will get to that. We will get to that at the end. Mitch, give me a rating for Ben Johnson.
I'll give an 8. Just an 8. I think it's just 8.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's a full house for me also. Ben Johnson was excellent tonight. Passing was good. Going down that line was good. Defensively, he was pretty decent and all. As me and Athers said, and I've got to eat some humble pie tonight, I must admit, we was worried about him last week when we done the player ratings, and I was thinking, fuck me, he's on that left-hand side, he got rinsed. Tonight, he just looked like he'd been there for years. And it seems like Ben Johnson, away from home in the Europa League, he's just absolutely first class. 8 out of 10 for me. Moving on to this man, Vladimir Kufal. Fuck me, what a good performance he put in tonight, I must admit. Athers, take it away.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 for me. Thought he was the best fullback on the pitch for both sets players. He was just Tufal of old again, just absolutely dominated. I thought he, again, in the attacking phase of the game, he showed himself at the right times. He overlapped at the right times. He was just defensively, he was there. There was a couple of times where I was screaming at the telly because when we were 2-0 up, I'm thinking, there's no need for you to be that far forward. Just get, but they didn't look to counterattack quickly. That's for me. This was what really confused me.
They were literally passing the ball around the back with 20 minutes to go.
There was no sense of urgency from them. So it just allowed them for us to just get back into our shape. So even if Tufal attacked and I was screaming and going, get back, even he could just sort of saunter back into it. They just never looked to just do anything with any pace whatsoever. So, but when defensively, he was just absolutely rock solid. I know I've seen on Twitter him and Souček both been drug tested after the game together.
And they definitely did pass.
Yeah, but he just that's. I did feel bad for him though because he got kneed in the nuts where he had his operation a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
I thought he's lost a testicle, but yeah, he just absolutely rock solid for me tonight. And again, Johnson was good, but for me, Tufal was the best fullback on the pitch. I'll give him a 9 tonight.
Yeah, 100% agree with you there, mate. Lucas, thoughts on Kufal?
A good bounce back performance for him. For me, it was tough today. I couldn't decide if I wanted to wear the Lucky DiCanio kit or my Europa League away kit that has Tufal on the back. If I'm happy I didn't because I feel like I would have probably given him terrible luck. But I mean, brilliant performance. Did everything you could ever ask from him. He did what he's meant to do. I don't know if I can give him a 9, but I'm gonna give him an 8.
Mitchell,
mate, I'm actually quite scared because this may be the most controversial opinion that's come on E20's on TV ever. I don't know what game I'm not going to say you was watching because you're all agreeing. So I don't know what game I was watching, but
I swear, Mitch, give him a 5.
I'm going to give the rating. I'm giving a 6. I'm giving a 6.
Blimey, Mitch.
Nah, mate, I thought if we lost that game, I would have given him a 5. I thought it was shit. I thought it was by far our worst player. I know it sounds really controversial, mate, but he got caught out defensively a couple of times. Like pace-wise, he looked like an old man today, compared to Toko
I've
Akambi.
just got to say this, Mitch. Yeah, my chat, because I can see how many people are in the chat. Yeah, right. It's just gone up 25 people, mate. Go on,
Mate,
man.
and I'm not doing it to be controversial, but honestly, maybe I need to be drug tested or something. But I actually thought going forward, he was absolutely shit. Couldn't pass. His passing was pretty poor.
I feel the same way about another player.
He left Tate unmarked to the back post for that chance, which was a decent chance, which he could have done better with. Yeah, I thought it was pretty shit.
What you got to see though is that yes, in those first 10 minutes, looked a little bit shaky against Toko Akambi when and I thought, oh god, it's going to be a long night. But it literally kept relatively quiet then for the next 70 minutes.
But he drifted central then, and he went to the right. Toko Akambi
still had to keep Fevre and whoever else went out until that left quiet.
Yeah, but no one really went down the left side. And to be honest, like
I'm not having it, Mitch. You're not giving anybody less than a fucking 7 tonight, okay? You cannot give him a 6.
I have to, and as happy as I am, I'm giving him a 6. I really thought it was pretty shit.
Fair enough, Mitch. Fair enough.
I'm sorry.
My chat box has gone fucking berserk, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to give him an 8, a solid 8, strong 8. I thought he was excellent.
Keep integrity on this.
Listen, I thought he was excellent tonight. I agree with what Mitchell was saying there to a point, and when he said about the chances that he gave away. But I've got to admit, defensively he was good. We kept a clean sheet. You can't like for me, he was absolutely top drawer. And especially when it's his second game back now. I believe it is. Like he played Brentford the other day. He played against Lyon tonight. I can't really knock him, really. Do you know what I mean? He's put in a good performance.
2 bad games in a row.
Oh, Mitch, what's going on? Right, Mitch, I'm going to go to this man now. Issa Diop.
I'm going to leave for this one.
Mate, I thought you done well today.
Athers. I'll start with Athers. I'll tell you what. No, I'll go around the other way. I'll go Mitchell first. Mitch, talk to me about Issa Diop.
I thought he was very good today. I'm not gonna lie. Was worried when he came in.
Yeah.
Obviously with Zuma, I thought, but to be fair, they didn't really have much threat in there. They had no creativity in that final third, and they just ended up whipping balls in the box, and dealt with every single one. At the start, when he gave away that tackle on Toko Akambi when he spun him, I thought this could be bad. I think if this continues, I thought Toko Akambi would target Diop more, which he did. But luckily, he came back Diop from that challenge and just won everything, won every challenge, won everything in the air. For me, he was our second best defender today. Obviously, the other one's about to come up. For me, I'd give him an 8. If it was solid, good, and much more confident thing. Sorry, Mitch, does Diop still disgust you, make you sick? Yeah, I still don't want him sitting at West Ham. I'm still selling him in the summer. I'm not going to change my opinion on that.
I'm going to be honest with you, mate. Right, I'm going to go next on this one. I'm going to leave Athers till last. I thought Eason was fucking immense. If I'm going to be honest, I'll be straight. I was worried. Right? I was thinking, I've done a little show earlier on, and I turned around and said, I don't want Issa playing, right? Because I'm worried about what he's going to get rinsed. For me, I think he's up there for man of the match, mate. One of the man of the match performances.
He's definitely up there for it, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. I thought he was excellent. He even had a booking on like the 20th minute, 25th minute or something. And after that, he didn't do anything out of place. Every header he won, every tackle he won. He came out the back. He put a lovely ball over the top for Antonio to run onto, and Bowen had a chance. I'll give him a 9, mate. I thought he was excellent. Night and day with Issa, really is. Lucas,
I'm gonna start off first. I am gonna give him an 8, but I still cannot stand the way he defends. It's shaky. It's unconventional, in my opinion. Like, he gets caught out so many times. Yeah. But we brought him in because he has like that special something. Clearly, like, he can play long balls. When he decides to actually fucking jump to head a ball, he's a complete different player. Instead of just standing there, looking like he's
It's
dancing
true.
at the club or something.
It is true.
Do that again.
He's doing the bop. You know, like, and really, you can turn the whole match around when you just do one thing well. And again, I've said it for a long time. He just doesn't like to jump for headers. I mean, he's 6'3", 6'4", and he's got a leap on him. He's scored plenty of headers for us in the past, but again, I just don't like his type of defending. I think it's unconventional.
Very erratic.
And shaky. He gets called out a lot of times, but because he jumped for the ball and headed everything away tonight, he's got to get an 8 for me.
Yeah.
Athers, listen, me and you spoke the other day. You said he's the worst player. You hate him. He's terrible. What do you think tonight, brother?
All right, that doesn't change. I'm not going back on what I said. That can't change. I can't hide from that. That's YouTube history now. But yeah, I just want him to. This is the problem. I just want him to take a performance like that and kick on with it. You know, it's annoying because that's how good he can be, and he just shows glimpses of what we first saw when he come to the club, but it's just far too inconsistent. He'll probably go and he'll get.
I want to see what Jose Mourinho sees in him.
Yeah, he'll probably go this weekend and he'll get
absolutely
destroyed by Wout Weghorst, and we'll be back to saying you shit can't get nowhere near the first team.
But Athers, do you think, just for cut in there, do you think he's made for the Europa League though? Because of the different styles of football. Like, I think the Premier is too fast.
We said that, and there was that game we played where we drew 2-2 out in Genk, or wherever it was, and he was just not good enough that night as well. And everyone was calling for Zuma and that to come back in. So, listen, the talent's there. His time is running out at West Ham. At least if you're, a year or so left in your contract or whatever, just these next few weeks, just
give it everything.
Repay your price tag over by your performances in the next few weeks. But he was brilliant tonight. Was really impressed. I mean, he absolutely clarted Toko Ekambi. I was a bit like Mitch. I thought, oh shit, he's probably going to get sent off here. It was going to be the most beautiful thing ever.
100%.
But listen, as Jones says, I wonder if Moyes will sell Diop. Look, if he performs like that for the rest of the season and he can prove he can get back to that level he was at, then maybe there's a new contract for him. But got to be consistent now. Can't just be one-off performances. He's got to go and back it up against Burnley at the weekend and deal with a very big, tough striker in Weghorst. And if he can do that, then, we'll carry on talking. But yeah, based on tonight, very good performance. But I mean, let's not get away from the fact that he was awful against Brentford, but a great performance tonight.
Exactly. That's the whole thing. Hopefully his transfer market's gone up a couple mil now because send him summer. Because even if he did actually produce good performances for the rest of the season, it would not change my mind because he's been doing this for his career. Last 4 years at West Ham, good performances, bad performances, good performances, bad performances. It's not going to change. It's not going to change.
But to a man who has come in and got us on our, you may certainly can, Athers. Listen, Craig Dawson, £2.2 million player, fucking scores goals for fun. Athers, take it away.
Yeah, I tweeted after the game. I was having a conversation with Bex during the game. For me, I know, and I will stand by what I say. Yes, Rice. Yes, Bowen will get all the plaudits, and they deserve it because they've both been unbelievable this season. But for me personally, he deserves to be Hammer of the Year, in my opinion. I think, as I said on the tweet, he has embodied everything that is good about this team, not only in the Premier League, but in the Europa League as well. And he is a proper old school, no nonsense centre half, and he just gets his head to everything. He deals with everything. Yes, he may not be, Virgil van Dawson or another big name like that.
Yes, he is.
Well, to us he is, yeah. The Ballon Dawson, yeah. But he has just been exceptional, and the guy's been relegated twice. What, in the last 4 or 5 years? He was doing nothing on the bench.
Well, 2 years ago, Athers, he was on the verge of going down the league, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, he was probably thinking maybe coming to the end of his career, retirement, all that sort of stuff. But my God, he's just transformed, and he's just a beautiful man. He's just all of him. Listen, I think he was 10 out of 10 tonight. He won everything in the air. He got his goal. He did not put a foot wrong over 90 minutes. Even just pretty much in this whole Europa League competition, whenever he's played, he's been absolutely immense. And like I said, I know Rice and I know Bowen will get the plaudits for that. But for me, somebody that is embodied just West Ham as a whole this year is Craig Dawson. And I think he deserves his shout to be Hammer of the Year for me. And he would get my vote.
100% agree. I'm going to go next in this one. I thought he was absolutely fucking immense tonight, Craig Dawson. I really did. Defensively, what I like about him is he's developing, mate. He's literally developing into a player that like, and you can go West Brom, you can go Watford, you can go. Listen, he's been relegated. But I'll tell you something right now. When he plays them balls out of defence over the top for players, mate, that's no real.
Where's that come from? Like 40, 50-yard diags.
Yeah,
like immense. You don't, absolute, and I know people are going to say it, you literally don't see that from the likes of Maguire and that at the moment. And for 100%. Me personally, name 4 or 5 other better English centre halves currently in the Premier League than him. You can probably put John Stones in that mix because he's playing really well. You can maybe make an argument for Ben White, but he's been
top
better
5,
than, he's been top 5. He's probably even been top sort of 10 centre backs in the Premier League this season, bar none. That's how good he's been.
Yeah, he's a 10 out of 10 for me. The goal is absolutely first class, right? What I love about him is he's got that striker's instinct. He used to be a striker many years ago, I believe, and he's just got that striker's instinct, and it's a 10 out of 10 performance from him. Clean sheet, scores a goal.
I keep jumping in. As Jones said, again, the man's literally been playing with an injury for most of the season. He needs some sort of surgery, doesn't he, when the season's done?
Yeah. Oh my
God, he needs some sort of surgery when the season's done. And again, the geezer, I thought the noise the ball made when it hit his cheek, I thought it broken him in half. Like it was like a real breaking sound. I thought he broke his cheek. I'm
gonna ask all these a question there, and then I'm gonna move on to Lucas and Mitchell. Is Craig Dawson the best signing that West Ham's made from the LS era?
He's got to be.
Nah, not for me.
Value-wise, I would say yes.
Who is it for you, Mitch?
For me, it's just I'm saying Athers. I think he saved us from relegation that season. I'd say him.
I think if you're talking about value wise, it's obviously either going to be Dawson or Soufal because they were both snips. But Dawson's been missed. I mean, last year, somebody said again in the chat, it was a little bit. I keep thinking of that frigging Tom Skinner. A little bit shaky, a little bit nervous.
I bought a pillow for him the other day, actually.
Did you?
Yeah, let me show
you. Peter got bushed tonight.
Abash.
What are you giving that rating on the pillow?
12.
Oh, I've had two nights on it. I still haven't put my fucking case in it. Fuck knows why. Abash. I'll give it a good old. Right. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Abash.
I haven't forgotten that their manager was literally called Peter Bush.
Do you know what? We can bosh all night. Listen, Mitchell, give me a rating for Craig Dawson tonight, mate.
Give me a 10. 100% 10 for me.
Yeah.
Didn't put a foot wrong. Got the goal. He wanted the goal as well. I always do my Dawson scoring the header bets.
Yeah.
That last 2 games at Brentford, don't for Lyon. Did it tonight. Fuck knows why. I actually just didn't see us winning tonight, and it sounds so negative of me. And I wish I got out this mentality because sometimes it does. I wish I was a bit more hopeful for the games.
But you're young, Mitch.
If you heard me this morning, we were getting slaughtered. We were getting knocked out. We were done. I was in bed. I went for a nap this afternoon because I needed to prepare myself, and I woke up. And Rebecca just said to me, she's like, "Come on, game's on in 20 minutes." I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to watch it. We're going to get just destroyed.
I must be the only positive one going, mate. Trust me. Honestly, earlier on I done a preview show.
I can't believe what I've seen tonight, honestly. It's unbelievable.
Right, so you've gone for a 10, Mitch, yeah? Lucas, give me a rating.
This big bastard just keeps doing it, don't he? He just keeps doing it. And, honestly, you cannot we were just talking about. You can't name me 5 other center halves for in the English side.
center half.
Yes,
Yeah.
in the English side, that are better than Craig Dawson. And let me tell you, Craig Dawson takes balls better to the face than Lisa Ann ever has.
I mean,
Ever has.
I don't know.
That's not even up
you're
for debate.
Of. I don't.
Lucas,
I
what
don't
are you
know
doing to me
you're
tonight?
talking of.
That's brilliant.
Lucas, you just killed my channel there, bro. Give me a rating, Lucas.
Parental advisory. Don't look up Lisa Ann.
Who is she?
Been warned.
Okay.
I have no clue who she is, by the way. But an easy,
Have some
easy
moisturizer
10.
handy.
A 10 out of 10 for
10 out of
Lucas.
10.
Listen, I got 63.
Well, like sometimes yes, we all want that young centre half. Like, you know, we all see that 10 out of 10 bird. I feel bad. I'm going to say this, like, Rebecca, I'm only saying this as a joke. This is not anything else.
Yeah.
You see the 10 out of 10 bird in the club and you think, yeah. Sometimes
I
you've
would.
got to step. You've got to settle just to make sure you get back with it for the 4, for the 5, for the 6. You've got to settle for something a little bit less. But sometimes the 4, the 5, or the 6.
If Rebecca comes in and smacks you on
the 4, the 5, or the 6.
That would be brilliant. That would make my night.
Is better in bed than the 10 out of 10. And that's exactly what Craig's been.
And say it.
He
takes better balls to the face than anyone else.
Takes that. Well, I mean, listen, my man bleeds so much from taking balls to the face. He just, and in terms of like centre halves, everybody does want, like, for instance, tonight or over in the first leg, that Luke Aber or whatever it was, all impressed us a lot. That Lyon centre half, this young kid, I think, geez, he actually looked quite good. But tonight looked awful. Sometimes you do just need a no nonsense. Someone like Craig Dawson, who will just put his literal face to anything that comes anywhere near him. So listen,
totally agree. And if Rebecca comes in
and played right back,
by the way, smacks you in the face, then
I also won money on us tonight. I had us to win or draw and to advance. Absolutely.
Well, there you go, mate. Moving on to this man, Mitchell. I'll start off with you, bruv. Thomas Souček. Take it away.
Mixed game for me. The two checks didn't impress me tonight. I thought everyone was superb. Them two
gender at this point.
The two were just below. I thought defensively, he was very good. And in terms of covering ground, obviously that bullshit stat which you fucking replied to today, you can't. And you got me involved. You had to tag me, little shit.
I'm so sorry, Mitch. I'm so sorry, bro.
I looked at it. I was at work. I was like, scroll down. I put the phone up. Whatever. Fucked. And I replied to it. Yeah, mate. I thought going forward, what a load of shit. And I'll never take that back. I think he's a disastrous footballer, and it is quite sad. His passing grew into the game slightly. But I still thought technically his first touch, his ability to go forward is disgusting. I can't believe I'm saying this after just won 3-0 to Lyon away. But I thought defensively he done well. I'll give him a 7. I'll give him a 7 for touch performance. That's purely because we won and he done all right defensively. Yeah,
I'll go next. I thought he was good in spells. I do agree with you on this though, Mitch, on partly what you're saying. I'm going to give him a very, very high 7, just not an 8 for me. I think he was good, though. He was good. He done something in the second half where I was fuming with him. And I was like, the ball's come across and he's basically, all he's got to do is keep the ball in play and he's just let the ball go out for a goal kick.
Yes.
And then they're up. And then he just giving them an attack. I think it was just before Bowen scored. And I was like, Souček, you've got to be stronger there, mate. You've got to be more up for it and fucking like, do you know what I mean? If you can't win anything, just don't give them the ball back. And but I think it was a good performance from him, not a masterclass performance, not a 10 out of 10 performance. So I'll give him a very, very high 7, just not an 8 for me. But I've got to admit, he done well. Lucas, take it away.
Let's get a drink, by the way, back in a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate that we're all agreeing right now, but well, not really, but I feel the same way. I mean, Souček wasn't mustard by any means tonight. defensively, he was very good, in my opinion. He got a couple good interceptions. His passing did grow a little bit better into the match. Again, sometimes I just feel like he's such a ghost. Like, even going forward, like, I don't know. If he's not scoring goals, we've all said this. If he's not scoring goals, it does seem a bit ghosty. But I appreciate everything he does. Again, if there's a guy that comes in second place that takes balls to the face better than Craig Dawson, it's definitely Souček. Anyone that bleeds for the cause is a winner in my book. That's all we ask for at this club. Can't give him an 8. I'll give him a 7 because we got a clean sheet.
Athers, are you there, mate? If you are, turn your blooming camera on. I just thought he was excellent tonight. I really did. Like, in spells, that's the only thing I can say. In spells, like Lucas, like him tonight. Him and Declan together were like a dream team, though, weren't they? Tonight.
Yeah, today was I would say today was a vintage partnership of Declan and Souček. The only thing missing was probably a Souček header to make it that real vintage partnership performance like we were used to seeing last season.
Would you agree on that, Mitch? While I wait for Athers, would you agree that it was like a vintage Declan Rice Souček partnership tonight? Like it was a good pairing together tonight.
Yeah, better than what they've been recently. Both of them.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think Souček's been dreadful recently. Obviously, he was slightly better tonight. And Rice was better. Rice, I said in the player ratings on Sunday, I don't think he's been good enough recently. I think his performances, been a bit worse. He hasn't been driving forward as much. His passing's been sloppier. I don't know what I'm talking about Rice, but obviously I'll come on to him. I think as a partnership, they were better tonight. Yeah.
Athers, give me your thoughts on Thomas Souček tonight, mate.
Yeah, didn't. Yeah, I mean, listen, he was good. You got to be to deal with sort of that midfield, but he didn't sort of set the world alight for me. Didn't really make himself too much of a nuisance, as like set pieces and stuff. I still thought he was good. I know everybody will sort of say, everybody was a 10 tonight, but if we're actually sort of looking at his performance, he dealt with the midfield, well enough. But a solid 7.5, 8, something around there. He was good. He again didn't really set the world alight, but he was solid in everything that he did defensively. Gave the ball away a couple of times going forward as well. But in what he did do defensively, I guess he was solid. So 7 or an 8 out of 10.
Yeah. Moving on to this man, Declan fucking Rice. Kissing the badge after scoring the goal, mate. Is like, listen, make it what you want to make it. But to me, this kid loves this club and he wants this club to succeed. And he's a fucking asset.
That's my lease around material for tonight, I tell you.
Yes, it is.
That most certainly is.
Rice kissing the badge.
Can we get off Lisa Rand and start getting on Declan Rice? Right, Athers.
Hey, we only pay respect to the goats,
Yeah, and she most certainly is the goat. Athers,
what do you think for me? That's another debate. That's for another show.
That's X-rated. Declan Rice, Athers. What you saying?
I'll give him a 9, but that's only because I want Craig Dawson to have the 10. He could quite easily have been a 10 out of 10, and probably should be in my book. But I want Dawson on the pedestal tonight. I just want to appreciate how good he was. So we'll get even 9.5 for Rice. Absolutely bossed the midfield, just disgustingly good. Breaks everything up, knows the right times to progress the ball forward.
And loves a good diag.
He loves a good diag. Yeah, he just controls the game. He just, at his whatever pace he dictates, he controls the game. Again, I know people will always say, and there's been so many arguments in the last couple of weeks, 150 million for this guy. The boy is worth it. He's just a born leader,
he's special.
A born winner. He's just, he's incredible, and he took his goal beautifully as well. Luckily, had a tiny little deflection, but do you know what? He's deserved it. He's not had a goal.
But I've got to ask you something, Athers, when that ball comes out of all the whole team that's on the pitch, that's the man you want it to fall to, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I say that, but then he does
been wrong,
take
actually.
wild shots from 40 yards sometimes, and But listen, I'd say he's got good enough like finishing ability, and he's calm a bit like under pressure and stuff. Like if that came to Antonio, it would be some sort of erratic shot, but with Deck, he'd sort of.
That's knocking out a seagull in Rome's head, mate. That is.
Yeah, listen. I mean, Ian Dark on commentary said something like he was like, he could have come to Antonio to turn and lash it in. I'm thinking, what version of Antonio have you expected?
What are you watching?
He just absolutely. I mean, kissing the badge as well. Oh, I don't. Anybody want to hear me tell that he wants to go to Chelsea ASAP? He's. I know the day is coming, but I'm not ready for when he leaves because
100%, mate.
Just nothing but class.
Oh, it's going, mate.
And again, the shithousery in the post-match, and I know he's tweeted about it since, saying this age well, doesn't it? Like, that's exactly the kind of person he is. Just a born winner, born shithouse. Just unreal.
Wink.
Yeah, I must admit, I'm going to go next in this one, yeah. Before I do, I've got 84 people watching tonight. I really do appreciate everyone who's watching on this channel. Please do smash a like and please do subscribe to the channel. Declan Rice, to me, is the man that could lead us to glory. He's absolutely first class. He's world class. He's a winner. He's determined. He's captain material. And I said it last season on different platforms. The man is fucking the difference between West Ham of old and the West Ham of new. Tonight, the goal. I know it's lucky that he got a deflection, but if you don't shoot, you don't score. He shot.
James, can you accept me sharing the screen on here really quickly? Is that something you can do?
I don't think I can, mate. I don't think I can. But if you can show me.
If anybody gets 2 seconds, just go have a look at West Ham's Twitter, and they've tweeted what it means. Mark Noble is in bits in the dressing room crying. I'm not ready for it to be over.
It's only a beginning. Listen, I'll give a quick rating on this. I thought it was absolutely first class tonight. I'm giving him a very, very, very high 9. High 9. I just don't think he can have a 10 because I think Dawson was just first class. Like, do you know what I mean? With Issa next to him, but Declan Rice, kissing the badge, mate. That's enough to fucking get you emotional in yourself. Top class. Mitchell.
That's enough material for 20 years for me.
I know, mate.
I changed my pants.
Mitchell, talk to me about Declan Rice, bro.
Much better today. Recently, as I said earlier, not been as good as vintage Declan Rice. I still think he could have drove forward a bit more today. I still think he could have done slightly more, but that's mainly in the first half. Or second half, he picked up a lot more and produced his natural Declan Rice performance. Yeah, defensively superb, reading the game so well. Yeah. His pass on the whole was a lot better than what it's been recently as well. Scored the goal. I sound fairly negative, but I think it's actually a pretty shit shot. If I'm being honest, I'm surprised it didn't go for the right side. Well, I think probably would have been the better option. Did get fairly lucky for that goal, but it doesn't matter because you make your own luck.
That's right.
Good, very good performance today. Dominant, was definitely for me our best player besides from outfield in front of the defenders. So for me, I'll give him a 9. Good 9.
Lucas.
A great quote just popped in my head about Rice's performance tonight. Just like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson said in Jumanji, the price just went up, boys. The price just went up again. Again. And I said it the other day, if Declan Rice had to play center half today, the price would have gone up again. I would have thought he would have put in a worldly performance, even if he had to play in defense. Yeah, same. But I mean, I'm giving him a 10 because I don't think Dawson was clear-cut man of the match. I do think we have 2 or 3 guys that are deserving of that as well. So I'm not going to use the same thinking as Tom. But I'm going to give him a 10. Declan Rice is everything we love about this club. And Christ, long may it continue. Please.
Long may it continue,
and don't fuck up the summer, please. Please.
100%. Moving on to this man, Manuel Lanzini. Fuck me, has a car accident, comes back a different player, mate, completely. Athers, take it away for Manuel Lanzini tonight. It was excellent.
Yeah, he was. Again, sort of what we spoke about at the weekend, why he didn't perform as well against Brentford. Sort of, it wasn't popping up in the right areas. Didn't look to get really involved. Just sort of ghosted through that game against Brentford. Tonight, though, he had a tough job on his hands. You know, to be that third midfielder, to be, you know, have a good engine almost to last at least, you know, the full 90 minutes. To not get booked like he did in the first leg, in the last game of the Sevilla one, you know, he had a hell of a job on him tonight, and he was again brilliant.
Shout out to Rice for the same. That's why I gave him a 10. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah,
he was able to boss on a yellow card.
Yeah, some brilliant passing at times, helped with the build-up play. Just overall, just an exceptional performance from him. Really love, you know, when Manu plays at his best, he's exceptional himself. Like, the boy is gifted, really talented, and he almost just makes it. There's like, I'm going to get really weird and university saying big words and stuff, but there's a lot of fluidity to us when Manu plays well. When the attacking players are all on the same hymn sheet and they're playing real, there's such a fluidity to how we progress from back to front. It's almost like,
I think they call that liquid football, Tom.
Yeah, liquid football. There you go. Liquid football. That's what it feels like, because, you know, the short, sharp 1-2s, the, you know, people coming short, do it. It just, everything just, when the attacking players and the creative players are all playing well together, it all just clicks, and that's how it felt tonight. I thought him and Fornals, they were absolutely brilliant. Obviously Fornals got both assists, or 2 of the assists. You know, when them two play well together, I think we're a totally different side, and we saw that because of how
It's
bad
very rare, to be
they played
honest,
against Brentford, and how well they both played tonight. And again, night and day.
What'd you give him?
I give him an 8. I'll give him an 8.5.
8.5 out of 10 for you. I'll go next. I thought he was excellent tonight, Lanzini. I really did. I thought he ran the show really in midfield. Like, he was passing that ball around. He was everywhere. He was looking forward, passing. Do you know what I mean? That's one thing with Manny. I will say this: he does like a forward pass. He likes to get the ball right forward, not sideways and back and all this bollocks. Night and day, as Athers just said. Brentford, he was shit, totally shit, and shockingly shit. Tonight, he was like fucking Lionel Messi's cousin. Do you know what I mean? Tonight, he was excellent. So yeah, I'm going to give him a high 8, just not a 9 for me. Top class. Mitchell.
Would you give him, sorry? High 8, yeah?
I'll give him a high 8, yeah.
I'll give him a low 8. I'd say very good. I wouldn't say excellent for me. I think just an 8. I think he was good. Yeah, very good. I thought, you know, partially kept it simple. He done well. I think there was a big chance. I think at the start of the game, I got really frustrated with him, where Antonio, there's a really good cross was whipped in to him, and he chased it down into an area which Lanzini should have been in, and he was just kind of standing away from it. And I was fuming about that, because I thought, you know, you've got to be in these positions, because if he was in that position, it would have been a massive goal scoring opportunity. Wales, I thought it was good. Kept passing, very simple. Didn't stop running. Put in a very good shift tonight. Just a very good performance. 8. Whoa, 8. Fucking hell.
8. Don't.
I'll give it 8.
Lucas, take it away.
Easy 8 for me. I thought. Honestly, I thought.
Is that an 8 or a 8?
8. But easy 8. Easy 8 for me. I thought he was like technical wise, superb tonight. His technicality was prime Lanzini, in my opinion, and that's all. Sometimes, again, that's all you need out of him. You don't need him to really make a wonder ball, score an insane goal. If he can just get through the tight spaces and do his little 1-2s to get to other players, that is immense for us. And he was just technically superb tonight, and really that's all we needed from him. So an 8 for me.
Moving on to this man, Pablo Fornals. I'm going to start off with this one because everyone knows that he's not my most favourite player. I thought the first 25 minutes, I thought he was shaky as heck. He came out, he had a great chance to score, and he spooned it wide. He was a bit like misplaced passing, and defensively, I think he done something and allowed them in. And they had a great chance. I think he crossed the ball in. I think it was Dembele had a good chance, or Akanji, I think it was. But after that, once we scored the goal, Pablo Fornals turned into a top-class player. And I've got to admit, I'll give him that. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm going to give him a solid 9. Yeah, for the 2 assists. I think the first 20 minutes he was rocky, but then he come into his own for the last sort of 70 minutes of the game. So I'll give a quick rating from me.
More Clubber Lang. Sorry, that was really bad.
Anyway, I will move on to Athers. Athers, take it away for Pablo El Fornicator Fornals.
Yeah,
Pablocito.
Yeah. Hello, lad. Sorry, it's been
Everywhere they go.
Yeah, I thought he was brilliant. Again, I'm keeping the 10s away. I know, both assists, but the 10 is staying just for Dawson because I want his exceptional performance on the pedestal. But 9 out of 10, easy. Could have easily been sort of 9.5. Held the ball up really well. I can't wait for Mitch to say he was dog shit in a second, but he was, for me, he was really good. Held the ball up really well. His assist for both, or 2 of the 3 goals were brilliant. The ball that he picked out to Bowen was absolutely brilliant. Heads up play from him. Had his head in the swivel to get that ball into him. Just again, the man lives and breathes West Ham. He's just like a little Spanish cockney. I don't know. He loves the club so much. You can see that in his face when we score, whenever we play, whenever we win. He's an incredible person to have around the dressing room. Brilliant performance from him. Proper workhorse defensively again as well, helping out down that left-hand side. It just overall, just 9 out of 10. Brilliant performance. And again, you can see why, I know they were speaking on commentary, why Luis Enrique rates him so highly. He's just properly in that Spanish mould of, control a game. His passing, his tempo, his build-up, just a real solid performer. And I still think there's a level that he can get to. He's young enough, but I still think there's a level he can get to. And just absolutely brilliant. So, 9 out of 10. Again, another night and day performance from the Brentford game because he was shocking at the weekend. But as I said, when him and Lanzini are on the same page, they're incredible together. So, 9 out of 10 for me.
Mitchell.
Start off with the rating. I'll give him a 9. I thought, let's get the negatives out of the way. I think first, was it half an hour? I thought it was pretty poor. Had that big chance that he gave away. Passing wasn't on point. Still putting the work rate though, but obviously work rate doesn't necessarily get you anywhere. Thomas Souček. And from that point, I thought he completely grew into the game. So much better. The one thing with him, he's very slow, and it's such a shame that someone with such passion and heart for the club and can have very good games like he did tonight. Does on the occasion, I look at him, I think he should have got to that. Other players would have got to that. Times where he gets in behind and he has to cut back and pass it around because he's so slow. I do kind of feel sad for him. Someone give him a card, and I'm like, I wish I could grant you Fredericks' pace and give it to you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what though, Mitch? Right, Xavi and Iniesta.
Some of the best players in history. Xavi, if you're talking best passers of the ball as well, Xavi, Iniesta, David Silva, Santi Cazorla when
he's
he was in the
just
Prem.
missing the Balkan sign off from Modric.
I mean, it's a bit of a different level, though.
They were all very slight, very not effective in terms of their pace ever in their career. But my God,
or even work rate.
The best players on the pitch. Yeah, it's just always the best players on the pitch.
I think the modern day football, though, sometimes, especially in the Premier League, it does kind of, you do need that in some games. I think some games, especially in the Premier League, where they're very physical, I think he can really get bullied about sometimes and go quiet.
But he's got youth on his side, which is the main thing. And it's
always. How old is
he
now? 24?
So, 24,
25.
It's already been proven by so many other Spaniards that you don't need that electric pace. Like they seem to be all built in that same mould together. Fabregas was another one. Was never gifted with a shit ton of pace. But my God, one of the best passers the Premier League has ever seen.
Yeah, I agree there.
I think that's when I say he can go to that level. That's what I mean. I think, like I said, in the position he plays in, it's a bit difficult because he's not central. Whereas all those other players mentioned were a lot more central. He's sometimes difficult out the left because you notice his pace, especially when he's coming up against some very, very quick players. But bring him a little bit more central, and all of a sudden,
I'd prefer him central, 100%.
So do I. I think that's where he should end up in his career at West Ham.
I agree.
100%.
We need a left winger so bad, I think, at the club. Really do, especially in summer. I feel like two really good wingers in Bowen and another player on the left and one else in the centre. I think that'd be so much better.
Lucas, give me a rating for Nelson.
I get giddy when I hear his name. I absolutely love this guy. I love him to bits. I really do. Because again, Spanish Cockney. Honestly, like the guy he loves this club. He's not complete shit. And that's all I can ask for, really, from a supporter's perspective. But when he's on his game, he is magnificent. And that second assist to Bowen, first time, left foot, weak foot. Fucking beautiful.
His left, was it?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I know. I literally hit one of those, fuck me.
What do you rate him, Lucas? So we can get through him.
Man. I'm giving him a 10 because 2 assists, an absolute pit bull. I mean, again,
That's what I was doing.
2 assists. His work rate is second to none. He's a pit bull when it comes to covering the ball. He had some good interceptions as well. I got to give him a 10, and I don't care what anyone thinks because he's the love of my life.
100%, mate. 76
Who the fuck
people
is this cunt in the chat?
Right.
Fuck you know.
76 people watching. Please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel. Moving on to this man.
Another one of like Spanish midfielders again, never blessed with pace. Xabi Alonso. What?
Yeah.
Like,
obviously slightly deeper. These players are deeper players.
But yeah. But they, like, especially from like 2000 to 2000, what we are now, 22.
Busquets as well.
It seems to be just
fucking corker today.
There just seems to be this breed of Spanish midfielders that aren't blessed with raw pace, but are so good at passing the ball and affecting the game. And I think that's what we say.
That's why Fornals' work rate just puts him over the top for me. Personally.
Listen, we can talk about Fornals all night, but let's get through these player ratings, lads. You know what I mean? Moving on to this man, Jared Bowen. I'm going to start off with Athers on this one. JB scores again. Athers, fucking, is he just like absolutely top class signing there?
Absolutely golden touch. He just, my word, the geezer can't stop scoring. And the fact that this one was on his right foot as well is just as good. I tell you what, if the boy develops a right foot as well, it's game over. He can be so clinical. And this is the good thing for us when he plays off of Antonio. And this is why I do not mind if Antonio doesn't score, but he affects the game, because for that goal where Bowen scored, both centre halves have got to keep so switched on to what Antonio does, and he can isolate both of those centre halves against him. And all of a sudden, oh my God, look at the gap that's over on the right hand side. And Bowen, all he has to do is play off of him, and he's through. And he took his chance, and that's what he's doing. But this is, for me, when Antonio is playing at a good level, these sorts of things happen and these chances open up. We didn't see any of that against Brentford. He was very lazy, just didn't want it. But tonight, he made sure that he occupied both centre halves for most of the night, and he bullied them. He absolutely bullied them. He did the same thing against Koundé against Sevilla, and Goodell bullied them, and that is why we were so effective. I think in the second leg was because it allowed others to get involved because they were both so worried about him. But the same thing again tonight. Both centre halves were shit scared every time the ball came into him, and they both went with him, and that allowed Bowen, who we know who loves to play on that last man, was through on goal. And yeah, as we said, to take on his right foot as well, I think was just a very good finish. I think even he couldn't believe it because when he ran over to the camera, it was like, shit, A, we're 3-0 up, probably B, I've got my right foot. And if you can, go and look at what Danny Dyer, not Danny. If you look at Danny Dyer, what he put on Instagram after the game, absolutely fucking brilliant. It just top draw.
I'll look at whatever both Danny's post every time.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 for me tonight.
9 out of 10 for you, Athers. Yeah. Do you know what? I've got the ump with Bowen tonight. That's one thing I will say. I will say this. I had a bet. I had a bet him to fucking score, to have 2 shots on target through Sky Bet, and the best of them one shot on target. But you know what?
I saw that. That was 5s, wasn't it, or 6s?
5-1, mate. And the fucker had a shot in the second half, and it went over the bar. But fuck that. It's only cash. Tonight he was excellent. Do you know when he goes through when he does that sort of run and that goal that he scored tonight? When he does that sort of cutting run from right into sort of middle, and he's 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, the boy just don't miss. Listen, I watched this kid at Hull. I was with someone many years ago, and he was banging in goals for Hull, doing that sort of technique. And tonight, when he was running in there, I knew it was in the back of the net. I've got every faith in the kid. Listen, me and Athers have spoke about Bowen this season on different platforms, and we both turned around and said that if he takes his chances, he's going to be phenomenal. The boy is taking his fucking chances at the minute.
I think that was the thing. I think when we spoke about him earlier in the season and even at the back end of last season, all we said was it was just too greedy, played with his head down, and he just wasn't. And as soon as he realised that he could affect the game more by being unselfish and start passing, and the chances will come to him, and then he starts burying those chances, all of a sudden you've got a player that easily over the next 10 years could have 10, 15 goals plus 10 assists a season.
Get him to the fucking World Cup, why don't you?
Absolutely first class, though.
Just if he is, I see people this week talking about he shouldn't be in the England squad. It will be I thought it was a travesty when Mark Noble didn't make the World Cup squad in 2015 or 2016 when Payet was with him, or 2014, whenever it was.
15-16
season.
Yeah, if he does not make this squad, and I don't care, and I know people say, oh well, we've got players in that position. Does he do anything different? If he is not on that plane, I think it will be a travesty because he deserves it 1,000%. More than
that hurt that year because that was like the first season I really started watching West Ham officially, if I put a date to it. And I think Jordan Henderson is so fucking overrated. So when that happened, I was very upset.
Let's not talk about
What's that got to do with it? I'm confused.
Because you Declan Rice, Jordan Henderson. Listen, I'm going to say this quickly. Right, I'm going to give him a high 9. I thought he was excellent tonight from start to finish, defensively, attacking, goals. Pissed off that he didn't have another shot on target, but we move. Mitchell, I'll come to you.
I'll give him a 9. I think if he didn't score the goal, I probably would have given him an 8 because I actually thought probably it was fairly quiet in terms of down the right. We didn't do too much attacking down the right, really. It was more down the central and the left. But I thought when he was on the ball, he's done well. Didn't really do too much in terms of beating men. His usual Bowen self. He was there when we needed him really, and that finish was top draw on his right. Top draw. I will say I do think he looks slightly slow tonight in terms of like his running speed. When I did watch it, I thought he looked slightly leggy. I thought he looked a little bit slow like when his first touch and acceleration, but his first touch for the goal was superb, and the finish on his right, he's not normally scoring goals with his right foot. In fact, he's done it tonight. Hopefully shows that he's working on that in training. And I'd say Bowen at the moment, he's taking his chances more. He's been more clinical, but he's not on the ball as much. Like at the start of the season, he was missing a lot more chances, but he was doing more on the ball. When he got the ball, he'd beat a man or two, and he'd do a bit more. But now he's staying a bit more further forward, a bit more central, I've noticed, and popping up with the goals more.
I think
that's more important.
I've spoke about this before with James. In his first season when he was playing with Athers, for me, he stayed wide far too much and he looked to cut in on his left, which obviously is his more prominent foot, and it was good. But as he's playing as almost an inside forward, similar to what Salah does at Liverpool and Jota does, as soon as he plays as that inside forward where he can be a lot more central, all of a sudden he's become so much more effective. I think that's the difference for me. Is I think he's realised and he's gained and capitalised off of Antonio taking, as we've said so many times, 2 centre-halves with them. And he knows that if he plays in that inside channel, all of a sudden, he's going to get a lot more chances to score a lot more goals because Antonio's completely taken the focus onto him. And I think that's the difference, is that and that's why Salah gets so many goals, because he plays off of the shoulder and, as that inside forward, it's what the best do, and
that is why Haller doesn't work or didn't work.
Yeah.
What do you rate him, Mitch, tonight?
I'll give him a 9, low 9.
Lucas, take it away.
I'll keep it short and sweet. I'm gonna give him a 9. Again, get him to England, get him to the World Cup. He deserves it. Southgate needs to put his word on the line. He's in form. Doesn't play in a big club. I don't give a fuck. He's immense right now.
What? And say that.
And we were just talking about we need a left winger. You were just talking about Hull. I've said this for the past 5-6 months. Let's continue the tradition and get Keane Lewis Potter in.
Bang on, mate.
Let's get him in.
On.
He's a fucking.
Isn't it Lewis Keane Potter or is it Keane
Lewis?
Keane Lewis, yeah.
Get him in 9 out of 10.
And if you fancy another player,
why is his surname his
Keane,
first name, and then he's got his first name and he's fucking weirdo.
Mate, listen.
Why do people have 2 first names as their surname?
I will say this quite openly. I think if West Ham sign either Keane Lewis Potter or Brennan Johnson, I'll be over the moon this summer, 100%. Yeah. Moving on to this man, Mikel Antonio. Fuck me, this is going to be fun. I'm gonna start off with Mitchell on this one. Mitch, me and you went in on this geezer on Sunday, big time. I had people in the comments saying that me and you're over the top.
Also, you, especially you.
Yeah, I 100% went in on him, mate. I won't even lie about it. But what did you think of him tonight?
Tonight, I thought he was a changed man, and I do think he actually stored his energy for Brentford. I don't think he gave anywhere near as shit. Obviously, he's natural raw human. We're going to slightly put in, a slightly bigger performance against, a bigger team in a bigger game. But his performance was unacceptable on Sunday, and I think he stored all his energy for today's game, and it did show. I thought he put in a massive shift. He ran the channels really well. Didn't give the ball away. His hold up play was superb against Denier, who's a big, strong centre half, and he's quick as well, athletic. He had him on the strings tonight. Pulled the defenders to the side for the Bowen goal. And did he get the assist for Rice's goal?
No. It was defender, wasn't it?
It wasn't. Yes, he was the defender. Yeah. All right. Well, still, I thought it was an exceptional game, and he didn't get the goal. I don't think. Yeah, he didn't even get the assist in the game, but I thought it was superb. And at the start of the game, Antonio put in a superb cross, I thought, to Bowen, where Bowen, I think, should have done much. I've done it again, mate. It's just all the shouting and screaming during the game and just going mental. Well, I think Bowen should have done a lot better, to be fair. I did forget about that. But I said it all the time, mate. I've said it to you, James. I think he's actually quite good at crossing from open play, Antonio. Like, he actually picks out spots quite well. He doesn't whip it in, but he just kind of clips over. He does it quite well. And for me, a 9.
I'm going to go next to this one. I thought he was absolutely first class tonight. First class. I criticised Antonio. Fuck knows amount of times. And I've said that we need a better striker at this club. I still believe we do need a better striker at this club, but tonight he put in a masterclass performance. Something Joan just put there, yeah, she's absolutely bang on the money. He fell over at the right times and then he winked. He bought them fouls and he knew exactly what he was doing in the corners, going down. He was excellent. Pace, power, robustness. The thing is with Antonio, he's never 2 days the same. One day he can be a well beater. Another day he could be a National League football player. You know what I mean? And there is no
100%.
middle with him. But tonight I'm going to give him a 9. I think he was excellent. I think he led the Lyon well. I think he was up against 2 defenders. I think he knew what he was doing with that Jason Denier, I think his name is, the Belgium centre half.
Jason Denier.
Yeah, he was absolutely on him from like minute 1. Top class. Athers.
Yeah, again, give him a lot of shtick in the last few weeks. Right, to be fair, rightly so though. Like he's deserved it. Again, it's no excuse for his performance at the weekend because you're a professional footballer. I still think you should be competent enough to at least play a good 50, 60, 70 minutes against Brentford and then still be able to come back and put, a good performance in tonight. But wasn't the case, but tonight he performed really well. I thought he just, again, the massive thing for me is if you're not going to score, be effective in your hold-up play and in terms of just taking both centre-halves out of the game. And he did exactly that tonight, and I thought he was superb. He needs to realise that, I think that as well, sometimes he doesn't need to have that goal-scoring performance and not to beat himself up too much because he needs to realise he can actually impact the game more by taking the centre halves out of the game, and I think it's I think it's beneficial to him as well because Ndicka got sent off against Barcelona at the end for the penalty, so Ndicka is going to be missing the first leg, who arguably is probably one of their 2 best centre halves that they've got. So there's a chance for him then in the first leg to make another impact again because again, Ndicka's another sort of strong, like you would say, similar to what Denier and Koundé were, so it would be a good battle. But
he's 6'4", I think.
Yeah, I think he just, again, brilliant performance. And as I said, I know we all can probably sit here and say, everybody in the comments as well, we need another striker at the club.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. But he doesn't have to score every week if he puts in a performance like that. Like I said,
if he's like that every game, Athers, I agree with you.
Yeah,
100%.
And if he chipped in with the occasional goal and he got sort of 10 to 15 goals a season, whatever, fair enough.
Yeah.
But in those other games where you don't score, if you're doing what you did tonight, which was just occupying those centre halves, holding up that ball, making just an absolute nuisance of yourself for 70. I mean, he was knackered when he came off. That is what I want to see from him.
Yeah.
That when he comes off, that he is knackered and he is given everything. And that's exactly what he did tonight. And I thought he owned that back four. Those 2 centre halves were just, they will get in tonight and they will think, fuck me, I've had a tough game because he's bullied them. So 9 out of 10 for me. Just exceptional performance and exactly what you wanted to see from him. But again, doesn't excuse the Brentford performance. But 9 out of 10.
Yeah, Lucas.
9 out of 10. Just a 9. But I mean, again, the work rate's there for me. Just obviously, there's some very questionable moments from him. He's not consistent, but when he's on the ball, when he's playing at his best, he's just absolutely unstoppable. He's a nightmare for a back line. And what, Tom?
No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing. I've just seen Old Man Shaggy in the comments. I agree with him, but fuck me, Old Man Shaggy. He's running out of time. He's about 33, 34, is he? Or not that, 31, 32?
And,
32, isn't he? Yeah.
I do agree.
Really stunning. I'll tell you what, you'll be stunning by the time you're in his 50s.
So what you're saying, Lucas?
We are going to need another striker at the club, but I still think Antonio has the legs to be a very beneficial and good impact sub. If we can
100%.
find another striker.
What annoys me, though, is that I still think we had that at the club. I still think Allaire could have been that player that did exactly what Antonio's done and still score more goals than he would.
Can we talk about players that are still in Europe?
He never obviously amounted to that because he was a lazy bastard. But he could have, for me, like he's shown this year with Ajax, and to be fair, when you have actually decent wingers that can, stick the ball on a plate for you with Anthony, etc., and Tadic, then he will score a few more. But that's the kind of mold that we need. We need somebody similar to Antonio because then the players like Bowen, etc., can be effective. That's why Ivan Toney may be the answer for us. Even as I said in 2 games with Sevilla, I really actually like the look of that En-Nesyri. Someone that is very similar to Antonio, but that can also chip in the goals as well. I think it would just be a match made in heaven.
And that
someone's slightly technically better.
And that chest down that Antonio had to Bowen was fucking beautiful, very technical.
Yeah, what are you giving him, Lucas?
He almost just
100% agree. Lucas, what are you giving him tonight?
A 9.
9 out of 10. And that's the player ratings for the 11 players on the pitch. 86 people watching. Please do smash a like on the video. It goes a long way. It really helps me out. Also, subscribe to the channel. Also, that would help me out greatly. We will leave the substitutes because obviously Mark Noble come on.
10.
10. Ben Rama comes on. He'll probably get a 5 in some people's eyes, but we'll leave it at a 6. And that is it on the substitutions. But let's go to
what
a
match. What I will say though about David Moyes is that tonight for me was a night I actually appreciated him not making subs.
I don't think he needed to, though. Did he, though?
No, because I think the game was in such a good rhythm and flow.
Yeah.
And I think if he maybe made those subs too early, it actually could have negatively impacted us.
I think the Bowen goal helped the situation totally. Yeah. Like as soon as the goal goes in, it's like I ain't got to make no subs now until. Yeah. I think I'll tell you one thing I will say about David Moyes before we get to the last 2 ratings is taking Declan Rice off when he's on a yellow card was absolutely first class.
Yeah,
first class.
I thought it should have been a bit sooner, personally, but
it should have been. But I understand it. Anyway, let's move on to this man. For once, it's the ref.
Shout out!
How good Athers was this referee tonight?
He was brilliant. But you know what? When we heard it was the same one from the first leg of the Sevilla game, I thought, hallelujah.
Yeah.
You've got a ref who's competent, let the game flow when it need to, didn't take any shit, actually got on quite well with the players, didn't look to rush to his card, there was a couple of times where some of the Lyon players had tried to buy fouls or buy penalties, he just sort of laughed it off and waved to play on.
True.
That's what you need. You just a ref that can be seen but not heard. Someone who just
brilliant,
just a good performance. And I know, he was decent. Or I feel weird for like praising the ref, but anything could have been better than what that German twat did in the first leg. And I thought he was good. Good. Listen, and I thought he refed it fairly both ways, and I thought he was really good. I'd go as far as say I'll give him a 9 or a 10. Like that's just for me. It was so nice to actually have a ref, and this is what I believe we should do in the Prem: is that we should be poaching refs like that from abroad, not some of the shit that we produce. Actually, refs like that should be looking to be employed in this league because I think it would be actually a breath of fresh air for the Prem. But just like the Sevilla game, you didn't think that he didn't have control of the game at any one point. He was just fully in control, let it go when it needed to, and I just thought it was a really good refereeing performance tonight. So we'll give him a 10 based on what that Zweier prick did in the first leg.
I'm going to give him a 9. I'm going to say he was top draw tonight. He reffed the game right. He booked Diop, rightfully so. He could have booked Ben Johnson, but he let it go. He let other challenges go.
He did have to book Diop for his one on Dembele.
I must admit. But he was, the referee's top class. So it's a 9 out of 10 for me. Mitchell?
I'll give him a 9 as well. Everything you said and more. I'd love if we actually approached someone like him and got him to the Premier League instead of getting, at least Mike Dean's retiring this season. I think that's obviously the main one.
Yeah.
Still got other wankers like, John Moss and stuff like that.
And Kevin fucking Friend, fuck him.
Kevin Friend, exactly. It's good because they're all like, English refs, and I think sometimes it's good to have things because I think sometimes, English fans are very passionate. and sometimes you can have, I don't know, maybe slight bias. I think if you had foreign refs, I don't think there'd be any bias whatsoever.
And they're used to a different pace and style of game abroad as well. So actually, it actually helps sometimes because
100%.
Whereas our refs are so quick to blow up if anybody gets blown on,
100%.
And there's not 11 of them born in Manchester that
I know
ref in the Premier League.
They're just I think
yes, very true. Very
it
true.
removes, as Mark said.
I'll never forget that graphic I saw. That was fucking bananas.
Nice to see you, Mark. Haven't seen you for quite some time. But he. I think it gets rid of that bias, and those are the kind of refs I'd be looking at and thinking, do you know what? I wouldn't actually half mind you in the Prem.
100%.
Put his mark on the game.
Give me a rating for the ref.
I think we give refs so much stick, and in my opinion, rightfully so, because I do think about 80% of them are fucking shit.
Yeah.
And corrupt. And this is a time where I think you need to give praise to a great ref.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give him a 10. I thought he was very good today.
Last week, I had to watch it about 3 or 4 times. Yeah, when you kept telling me about the referee's a fucking criminal, and he's just.
I think my Craig Dawson, Lisa Ann joke was better than that. But thank you.
Yeah. He was like, he's like.
Yes,
he should be in minus 100, and he should be eating cold soup for the rest of his days and everything else.
Yeah, he should be incarcerated for fucking the rest of his life. Piece of shit.
100%, mate.
He'd be good in the NFL, actually, that Felix White.
I must admit, he definitely would be. Moving on to the final rate of the evening. Is this
Felix, for Lucas only, Felix White would be basically that ref in the playoffs that would miss a pass interference call. Late in, do you know that kind of? Anyway, sorry, Karen.
That's like every Premier League ref that I see.
100%. I'll tell you what I'm going to do on this one. I'm going to start off with Mitchell. Go the way around to Athers, and then I'm going to go last. Mitch, give me a rating for David Moyes tonight.
So I was going to answer this question to me quick. Mitch, will you ever like Souček? I will if he learns to play football. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. David Moyes, I'd give him a 10. The setup was bang on. I think if we go to a back 5, it'd have been a much different game. We would have absorbed a lot of pressure. It would have been a tight game. I don't think that they would have scored though, but I think we'd have struggled a lot more going forward. I think having the men forward, helped us massively today. I'm so glad we didn't go to back 5, as a lot of people were calling out for. Obviously because of the fact we didn't have Cresswell, I think, and the fact that Diop was coming in. I think that was the main reason, but he didn't. He stuck to his guns, stuck to his main 4-2-3-1 formation. It worked. It did work. The players started all played well. People talking about Benrahma starting. For me, it's 50-50. I wasn't too bothered whether he started or not. But it was probably the best decision for him not to start. Because I think Fornals he plays on that side, and if Benrahma played where Fornals played today, I couldn't see him having as good a game as Fornals did. So he made, because of that and the fact that he made the substitutions at the right time as well, I couldn't give him anything less than a 10 for me. He's done it tonight, and I'm very proud of him. So
100% agree. Lucas,
easy 10. Obviously, he is at times some stubborn son of a bitch. But
son of a gun.
Stubborn
motherfucker.
Stubborn motherfucker. But I appreciate this guy so much. He really has brought a level of professionalism, a bit of swagger, in my opinion. Tom, I'm trying to deliver the gospel, the Scottish gospel, and you're mucking it up. You're mucking it up. Right. But I'm very appreciative that this guy stepped into our lives, and Tom's fucking ruined it. So I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna give him a 10. No more gospel.
I was laughing at our phone call the other day. I just don't motherfucker. Sorry.
I'm going to ask Tom this question, right? Tom, if he gets us to a final, and we finish 8th.
Yes, build the statue.
Is that an amazing season in your eyes?
Oh,
Like,
of course it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. At that point, it is. I think. Listen, I've said over the last few weeks about him. His legacy, I think, at West Ham would be defined in these few weeks. I think.
Yeah, I agree.
How we were going to be. I've said it multiple times, and I think tonight was a case of bend, don't break. And I think if he'd have broke, he'd go into the back five and trying to be, adding somebody to be in there with the offense. I think that would be him breaking, but actually bending and yes, changing the system around and maybe not playing the likes of Ben Rama, putting Johnson, dropping Fredericks. Could have quite easily started with Fredericks tonight, but just bending ever so slightly, and actually it's just an incredible performance from him. I thought he just nailed it spot on. I thought not making the subs at the time was really actually good because of the way the game was flowing. Tactically spot on. It just had them regimented, but also to the players as well, because you could see even when Rice scored the second one, straight back over, everybody in the huddle, right, don't fuck about now. Let's keep this going. When the third went in, keep your heads going, and that's when Moyes has, I think, changed us as a group. Just think he was absolutely superb. And again, now for me, when we sort of spoke about, which one are you going to prioritise? I almost feel like now you're in a semi-final. You've got to prioritise this one now.
It's on it, yeah.
And semis.
When we're in, it's just a semi.
I've got a semi.
I literally have me thinking about it, but I think you've got to now look at that and think, actually, there is a real chance that we can win this. Let's prioritise that. And listen, if we do get through this, as much as I'd love it to be Rangers, I think it will be a Leipzig final.
Yeah, I agree.
It'll be very, very, very tough, especially with how Nkunku's playing at the moment. But anything's possible with this squad, this manager. Just anything is possible. It is a weird feeling, but it's an amazing feeling. And I think all along, all we've said is, sorry, his last thing as I'm delivering my gospel, is that he, for me, when he came in, he needed to feel that stability. And I know Shaggy's put it there, and I've said this so many times. He needed to feel that stability as much as we needed stability in a manager. He's had so many bad appointments after he took that poison charge from United. He needed that stability. He got that at West Ham. He got the time he needed second time round, and he's proved everybody wrong, and including myself. I was fuming when we got him for a second time. I thought, what kind of, what does that show? You want another manager like that in? But actually, he's proved that from building from the ground up and getting to where you are now, he's changed the whole culture of the club, how we're run, how we play, everything. And as everybody said, just couldn't be prouder. And
just like a semi, when everyone else grows, he grows.
Yes,
he's progressed.
He is a grower.
He's progressed. Seriously, he's progressed as much as the team has, and that's really
not a show here.
That's been my favorite thing, honestly.
What would you rate him, Athers, out of 10 tonight?
10
out of 10.
Easily,
just a bunch of growers.
I do think it's weird. It is a little bit eerie that we're playing a team that we had to play the last time we won something in Europe.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's weird omen. It's a little bit freaky. But look, last time it worked out quite well. So I just. We're in the semi-finals of a fucking European competition.
I must admit, mate. I agree. I'll give my rating for Moyes now. Listen,
bring on to Germans.
Everyone who knows me knows that Moyes is up and down with me. I think the January window, I look at him sometimes and I think he massively fucked up there, Moyes. But tonight, I thought he was excellent. He dropped Ben Rama, rightfully so. I think it was the right move. I said it to Mitch the other day. If you watch my content, I said drop Ben Rama for Lyon and bring him on in the last 20 minutes if we need him. And we didn't need him tonight because we was absolutely first class. Do I feel that Moyes is getting the best out of the players? I do. But I think he's just the motivational manager that he is just embracing it at the minute. He's getting these lads up for every big game. I agree with another thing what Athers just said there. It is all on this now. We're in the last 4 of the Europa League. I'm sorry, the league we can lose every game in the league, but if we win 2 more ties in Europa League, we are Champions League, and that's all that matters. And we win a trophy.
Imagine we do, and Spurs finish 4th, and they end up getting Europa
I
League.
would piss myself laughing, mate, if that happens. I really, really would. If Spurs finish 4th and we win the Europa League, I think he picked the right team tonight. If I'm honest, he played Ben, he played Kufal, he took the risk with Diop, and it come off. Do I think Moyes this season has been vintage in spells, but at present I can't knock him. It's a 10 out of 10 performance tonight. I'm proud of the team, and he's given us a team to be proud of. And as West Ham fans, that's all we want, is a team to be proud of. Do you know what I mean? So it's an easy 10 out of 10 for me. And that
I think tonight was a massive tipping point for him.
Yeah.
I think because tonight winning has glorified him massively, and everyone, pundits will say, "Oh, look at what he's done for West Ham. He's got semi-finals." But if he lost, the outrage he's got, for January transfer window, massive backlash as well for maybe not changing the system, for example.
That's what I keep saying. It's that this block, like I said, I kept saying this block of 3-4 months will define him, because as Mitch rightly said, if we lose tonight, all of a sudden it's, well, hang on a minute. We're down to 2 centre halves. One of them got injured in the game. We didn't sign anybody in January, etc. So this is such a key time for him. But also, I forgot to mention that it's good for us as well, because I think we've not only proved to ourselves that we can win a European tie over both legs, but actually in a very stressful situation in terms of the crowd on you and everything else, we can actually win away from home in the deciding game. And that's massive for Frankfurt.
That's why I
go
said
in there, which will be a very, very hostile atmosphere.
Let me ask you this question before we wrap up, because I know it's getting late and it's Good Friday. It's a fucking good Thursday and all. But I'm going to start off with Athers. Right.
Start with Lucas, because he was going to say something before I jumped the gun.
Right. I was just going to say that's why I said what I did about David Moyes, because no one was really optimistic when he came back, but as the team gets better, he seems to get better as a manager. His tactics have evolved. He's not the tactical dinosaur we all used to complain about. That's all I was going to say.
100%, Lucas. I'll start off with Lucas with what I'm going to ask. Lucas, can we win the Europa League now? Is this on, or is it that we have to continue to be doing what we're doing? Because I think if we think we can win it now, when we haven't done anything yet, other than fair enough, we've got to a semi-final, it's great, but we're not in that final yet. Once we get in that final, then I will say we can win it. But in your thoughts, can we win it?
Looking at it from my gambling POV, with my West Ham blinders on, I think when you match up West Ham against these other 3 clubs, I think it really plays into our hands, because we say it all the time. We are absolute shit when we have to dominate the match and use possession, most of it.
Yeah.
There are 3 clubs left that all they do is just press the hell out of you and love to have the ball. Leipzig, Frankfurt, and Rangers. And
Frankfurt slightly less so. They're quite similar to us, I think, Frankfurt, in the way they play. Or
maybe it's just to be honest, I haven't really watched them in Europa League, but I watched them plenty in Bundesliga. And when I see them play in Germany, like, they're very attacking. And anytime we go up against a club that loves to put the press on us offensively, and we just absorb the attack and we counter, I'll put our money against literally anyone. The only team I was really worried about was Barcelona, mainly just because of their prestige and their history. But when you look at the other 3 clubs compared to us, I really like our chances. But I'm not going to get too far ahead of myself. I'm going to enjoy the moment. I'm stoking it all in. I'm just really fucking proud. Really proud.
100%.
And you don't get this anywhere else at any other club.
100%. Mitchell.
West Ham, the most dangerous drug in football.
Don't I know it? Mitch, let me ask you this, mate. Me and you've done player ratings. Me and you have had many discussions about West Ham this season. Can West Ham win the Europa League now, or is it continue as we're going and just get past Frankfurt?
Oh, such a mad
No,
question.
I think we can win it. I think we can win it. Me thinking positive, is quite a new thing to me. But no, I honestly do. I think the reason why because I was so negative about this game, it's really caught me off guard how we've produced, for me, the worst performance even over 2 seasons for me, last season as well, in that Brentford game, to completely turn on its head and producing a masterclass today. It was just weird, and that's why I personally just couldn't see it today. But the fact we can do that just shows that we actually can really raise our game, and that even if we do lose the next few games in the Premier League, which we shouldn't do, we should really be beating Burnley on Sunday. That we can just flip it and just fucking go to Frankfurt and do the Germans.
100% agreement.
Germans.
100%.
The Germans, yeah.
All these accents on here tonight. I love it.
What's that one? The business song goes England 5, Germany 1. Michael Owen is number 1.
Athers, can we win the Europa? Can we win the Europa League, mate, or is it? Let's not run before we can walk. I know we're in the semi-final, but we don't want
to say is, they just knocked out a class shabby team. So they have some very good players, Kostic, and I think Knauf is another one that's good. Thankfully, they don't have Florian Wirtz. He's the one that plays for them.
You remind me, Kostic, his nationality.
Oh, is he a
Balkan
boy?
I think.
He's a Balkan boy.
That's Leverkusen, I think, yeah.
Okay.
So what do you reckon, Athers? Can we? Or is it too soon?
Like I said, I think they're a good team. You cannot overlook them. I think Deck said it in his interview afterwards. We all expected Barcelona, but to go and do what they did tonight, you can't overlook them. But it's mad to think that out of West Ham and Barcelona, it was actually West Ham that I tweeted this. West Ham kept up their end of the bargain in terms of getting through it, not Barcelona, which is mad to think. I think after tonight, I think we can do it. This is the first time. This is the first time I've actually thought, shit, we can actually do what we did tonight. I mean, it wasn't just a win; it was a dominant win in a very difficult place to go. Absolutely ruined them.
Made them scream uncle.
I still can't quite believe that we've again, after what we said, I genuinely, after that game against Brentford, I thought we were done for, and then to do that, it's the first time.
It's the most West Ham thing, though, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. But I think tonight's the first night where I've actually thought.
That's why I was low key confident coming in today.
Yeah, the first, and I'm not going to be overconfident for the Frankfurt game, but all I'm saying is, for the first time, I'm thinking there's 4 teams left. Fuck, we can actually win this. If it's there for the taking, it really is. And if not, at least win it. I think we can get to the final. 100%.
I 100% agree with you, mate. I'm starting to believe now that something special is happening. To go to Lyon tonight, and this is a stat for you. Lyon haven't lost to a English side since 2001, and it was Thierry Henry who scored the goal for Arsenal. Right, so we've got to put that into context. 21 years.
Ballon Dawson.
Right, and West Ham go there and literally go through Lyon like a knife through butter.
Same with Sevilla.
I believe it. I see the chat and people say that we're at home first, away leg second. I think that fucking suits us down to the ground. I think
tonight's proved that. That theory goes out the water about which would you rather have at home, because we've just proved again in a knockout, the knockout game away from home, we've walked through them.
I can't believe we're actually talking about this.
And Sevilla.
Yeah, and Sevilla, but the fact that it was away from home. And the same thing for Frankfurt. I'm not saying again it would be easy by any stretch of imagination.
I think the Sevilla game, we've got to look at into context, right? That was the first game of the knockout stage. We're up against the team that win this competition fucking regularly. Do you know what I mean? So to go over and lose 1-0. But the way we took let's be honest, we dominated Seville at home the whole match, and they just didn't really do anything. But we can all thank Areola for that great save he done. Otherwise,
You, my dear, are different gravy.
Totally agree. So yeah, I think we're all in agreement that West Ham can win the Europa League, which is fucking mad. I'm going to wrap it up there. I want to thank all the boys on tonight. Athers, thank you for coming on, brother. Lucas, thank you for coming on, mate, all the way from the USA. And Mitchell, thank you for coming on tonight.
We're back in Maryland, by the way. We're back on the East Coast.
You're back in on the East Coast, mate. How long was your drive, Lucas?
Motherfuckers.
Motherfucker.
Motherfuckers.
Motherfucker. It was motherfucking 22 hours.
22 hours of driving.
I did stop halfway because that'd be just fucking mental.
In Nashville, Tennessee, the home of Elvis Presley.
Look, Jason says that Arsenal loss was the only one out of 10 that Lyon were beaten at home by an English side in their issue.
It says Bowen. It says Bowen.
It says Bowen,
James.
Bowen.
Yeah.
Johnny Bowen. Listen, I want to thank everyone who's been in the chat tonight. I've had nearly 97 people, I think the max I've had tonight. Please do like the video. It goes a long way. It gets me right out there. And please do subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell icon before Lucas says anything. Listen, I'm absolutely proud. I think all the boys can agree that we're all proud to be West Ham fans tonight. We've seen some shit with West Ham, but tonight we're walking on cloud 9. It's not over though.
Not a time for tears. I don't want people getting upset saying it's and I know it is a great night, but save them because we're on the verge of something special, guys.
Yeah, we are.
I think this is a one-off thing where we can just keep crying every round because of how good we've been. Save them.
Yeah. Do you know what? As I do, listen, I'm an emotional wreck because I just want this club to do something. Do you know what I mean? But don't worry about me. I'm fine, mate. Do you know what I mean? Cheers, Mitch. I love you too, bro, you fucking bastard. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. I'll be back with another video over the weekend for Burnley. We get back to normality on Sunday.
We're getting turned over. I'm just telling you now, we're getting turned over.
100% we are, mate. But we move. We move,
as
we say. Do you know what I mean? Please smash a like on the video. Please subscribe and do all of that. And yeah, I just want to say this quite clearly to all the people in the chat and the lads on the stream. West Ham United are in
real
top,
quick before you hit it.
Before
you hit end, can we all just give Dembele a cheeky wink to sign off? See you next Tuesday, you fuck.
That's bye from us. Bye from Lucas.
Enjoy the Farmers League.
And bye from Dembele and also. Take care.